Hey everyone, so today we'll be discussing which character has the worst burnout pressure in the game at the moment, which is sadly none other than Manon. So, when you put your opponent in burnout, there are certain advantages you get. So, if I were to put them in a category, that would be your offensive pressure is more enhanced. You get more plus on block moves and everything. Secondly, you can now able to do chip damage to your opponent. So if they're low on HP, you can chip them down. And lastly, now you have access to a stun. So if they're near the corner, if you DI them and if they block or they get hit, you can stun them and it's like guaranteed free damage, right? So let's see how she does in these three aspects. Okay, so as for the first advantage you get for putting your opponent in burnout is enhanced offensive pressure. So first of all, if you want to put pressure on your opponent, you have to close in the gap. You have to be in range of your normals or specials to, you know, start your offensive pressure, right? So, well, Manon does not have any tools to close in the gap that easily, which is fair enough because she's a grappler. So she has like the worst drive rush ready in the game. That's like from season 1 haven't changed, which is alright, fine. So let's say you close in the gap and you're now finally in range of your normals and your specials. But she does not have anything to really cage your opponent down like some other characters. So let's say Cammy, right? If you see Cammy right here, she can do this thing, this loop. So that's like an infinite loop. Your opponent can't really mash, it's gonna trade at best. So that's like pretty good, right? It does a decent amount of chip damage and it also like puts them in the corner and everything. So that's great. And Aki has it, you know, Ken, I think Ryu also has it. So pretty much some other character has really good options and some other has like a bit weaker options, but she does not have anything like that. Before season 3 she had this standing medium punch loop that she could keep doing it and your opponent couldn't really interrupt it. They would get like counter hit. So now it's not the case anymore because they nerfed it. You'll get counter hit now, right? So that's an issue. Otherwise, like everything else you try to do, it will like put her out of range because of the pushback. So let's say if I try to do this, see, I'm out of range already, pushed out of range. So don't really have anything like that. Her specials are not also the best because most of them are minus, like very punishable. You can punish this with a 5 frame. This is like minus 20, this is minus 7, minus 11. This is plus on block, but there's a decent pushback and you're spending 2 bars, right? So there's that too. So yeah, she does not really excel in this department either. You gotta put in a lot of work to get close, and the best you can get it some kind of pressure that pushes them out of range. So next up, let's talk about chip damage. Because they're now in burnout, you can finally do chip damage now. So first of all, what most characters rely on for the chip damage if they have level 3 is the level 3, right? But as Manon's level 3 is a grab and you cannot technically block it, it does not do any chip damage. So I cannot do anything like this, right? So no chip damage on that. However, if some characters, if they want to chip, right, so they can just do level 3, which does the most chip damage. So like this, 1050 damage, pretty solid, right? 10% of the HP gone. So Manon does not have access to that. She has level 2, which does chip damage. I mean, it's great, but again, less than the rest of the cast. And also, her special move that you can chip with are all negative on block. It's very punishable. This is punishable on block. This is punishable on block. This is not punishable, but it is interruptible because it's super slow. This is punishable on block. This is also punishable on block. So you pretty much get the point that if you want to chip them, this is not cancelable to anything, level 2 or anything. You're plus on block, but not the best at it, right? It's pretty bad if you want to chip the opponent out. So there's that too. So needless to say, she does not do great in chipping people down either. So yeah, that sucks too. So next up, let's talk about the guaranteed DI part. So if your opponent has no super meter, you can technically put them in stun guaranteed. So what do I mean by that? Again, we'll go to Ryu, and if they don't have any super meter, I do this. There's like a very small gap where they can super, but as they don't have any meter, they cannot super back. But the point is, they cannot throw you, they cannot jump out of this DI, so it's guaranteed. The stun is guaranteed. So Manon kinda has it, but she struggles with it. Let me show you. So Manon's normal heavies are not really cancelable into DI, so I cannot cancel this into a DI, I cannot cancel this into a DI, but I can cancel this, the back heavy punch, into a DI. But there's a problem with it. As I mentioned before, she does not have any great tool to close in the gap, and the range of this move is very bad. So if I show you, see like how close I gotta be for that to hit. So as she cannot close in, and using the back heavy punch is not really practical, so that's an issue. And also there's a problem if you're trying to like stun them, because if you cancel it too early, the DI, it becomes a lock, so it does not even stun. But so you have to like manually delay it quite a bit. It's not that hard, but still takes some practice, you know, when you're in the heat of the moment, like heat of the battle. So like this, you have to manually delay it. And if you try to do other stuff like a medium punch into DI, right, and they try to throw you, there you go, you get thrown pretty much. And it's easier to react with the super as well if they have the meter. I cannot do this either. So yeah, needless to say, she struggles here as well. So as you can see, like all the burnout advantages you get, like trying to cage your opponent down or doing chip damage to them, or heck, even when it comes to get a guaranteed DI, she lacks the power to excel in any of those. So that's pretty sad. And yeah, given the fact that she's already kind of a weak character and needs some help, and after the season 3 she got her loop taken away as well, and there's nothing they gave to compensate that with, it is really sad, pathetic. I don't know how to put this into words, but yeah, I hope they'll do something good to her in the future maybe. So yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching.